Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio, everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Season 5 video. And today, we have official confirmation from Sugoi Light. Well, I say official confirmation. This is technically a account that actually does a lot of leaks and actually does it very accurately so. And they have confirmed that Season 5 of Danmachi is going to be 15 episodes. Now, we gotta talk about what this means. Of course, I know a lot of you guys will already be questioning the episode count, considering, of course, this season should be including volumes 16, 17, and 18, or will it? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it in more detail. I know you guys are probably very confused and you guys are probably wanting to get a bit of an explanation on how this is exactly going to work. And I have a theory on how exactly everything is going to pan out. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, remember to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more content, and let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on this listing and, of course, the episode count itself. Do you think it's fine? Do you think it's not fine? Of course, I'd urge you guys to watch the entirety of this video and to listen to me in very close detail, because I feel like a lot of people will immediately jump to conclusions about this episode count. But I think there is a reason for this, and I think there's 2 or 3 ways they can go about it. One of which I don't like, the second of which I wouldn't mind, and I think it's the most feasible way to do it. And the third way is something I wasn't thinking about necessarily when I initially, was going into Season 5. But it is also very possible. So let's break it all down. Let's break down all the theories I have, and let's talk about this listing. Now, first and foremost, I should say this. I think that this season will only include, or this specific arc of the season will only include volume 16 and 17. I don't think volume 18 is going to be a part of this specific arc, and I don't think it's going to be included in these 15 episodes at all. I think at the end of the 15 episodes, we're going to go off on the cliffhanger of what happens at the end of volume 17, and whatever comes out next, it will be volume 18 solely. So that is something I should get clear immediately and get it right on the head immediately. I don't think that this is going to be more than volume 16 and 17. It's not feasible, for one, because of course all 3 volumes should be at least within 24-25 episodes minimum, in my personal opinion. That should have been the count if it was including volume 18. Now, the other thing and the other point I want to make about this is that we haven't even seen anything from volume 18. Whatever they've shown, everything that they have talked about, included, or even shown via the key visuals and stuff, has only been volume 16 and 17. And not to mention, you have to remember that the arc also is called the Goddess of Fertility arc, right? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, we can have a double check at the exact wording of the arc. But if I'm not mistaken, it is, the Goddess of Fertility arc. So I do believe that this is only solely going to be consisting of volume 16 and 17 and not volume 18. Now, the thing is, right, I think that there's a couple of ways they can go about doing volume 18 separately. The first is that this is also going to be a split core, but the only reason why I now refuse to believe that to be the case is because Sugoi Light, when Danmachi Season 4 came out way back when, before like a couple of weeks before Season 4 aired, just like now actually, funnily enough, just like right now, back when Season 4 aired, they confirmed that Season 4 was going to be 22 episodes and a split core. The fact that this isn't even mentioning a split core makes me believe that this is not a split core whatsoever. And that means effectively either, well, there's two ideas here. Either it's not a split core at all, and it's not going to be split across 2 parts effectively, and part 2 won't come out later on. Or secondly, they want to keep it hidden. They want to keep it hidden and they don't want to talk about it whatsoever. And it's only going to be revealed at the very end that we're going to be getting a second part to Season 5. That is also fairly possible. And the other reason why I also believe, by the way, that volume 18 and, there's also potential for the split core thing to happen as well, nonetheless, is 15 episodes is a very weird count. I will say this immediately. Usually a season is 12, 13 episodes, maybe 11 episodes, but it never really goes into the 15, 16, 17, 18 region. Those numbers don't really add up, because at that point you're obviously going to go to 22, 23, 24 episodes for a two season or two core season effectively. So it's the reason why I believe that there is something hidden potentially at the end of this, because 15 episodes is a very weird count. It's not something you actually see in a lot of shows. It's a very weird episode count even. And then the second idea that I have, and this is where it is possible that they might go down this route, and this is something we theorized when they announced that there was a special anime project happening for the 10th anniversary. I think that this is going to lead into a movie potentially, and the movie is going to contain volume 18. Now, of course, you guys have mentioned how you guys would like to see a movie for Danmachi. You guys believe that there will be a bigger budget, there will be a higher quality, and overall, technically, marketing-wise, it would be a bit better, you know, and for them, monetarily as well, it would be a great decision, right? Movies generate a ton of revenue, and it's a very easy way to distribute the movies to all these cinemas and stuff like that, rather than having to figure out which platforms to distribute it on, and so on and so forth. But obviously a movie would be a great option as well for them. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this idea. This is the idea that I personally would not want to see whatsoever. I generally just believe that having a movie is going to be more damaging for the audience, especially the global audience, to be honest, because we're going to have to wait probably half a year to a year for the movie to come over to the Western regions. And we're going to have to probably watch a cam rip or something like that, illegal ways of watching the movie. We're going to have to figure out something like that and wait for people to also do the subtitles and everything. It's a big hassle in my personal opinion. Whereas if it is if it's just a normal airing of the show, a normal season, yes, I know the quality may be a little less, and of course the consistency may be a little bit less, and so on and so forth. But I genuinely believe it's a better decision, because at least we get to watch it simultaneously rather than having to wait 6-7 months down the line of waiting and watching and seeing if it'll ever release globally, right? And not to mention, when it does release globally, of course, anime have been doing a bit better with movies recently in terms of, sticking around in the theaters for like 2-3 weeks at least minimum. But even still, like, that's too short of a time. Sometimes people don't have the ability to do so if they're traveling or they're busy or whatever it may be. You can't really expect people to get up off their asses immediately and go watch a movie always, right? Obviously, I wouldn't mind doing it, and I know others might not mind doing it, but like, yeah, and then also on top of that, you have to figure out which cinemas are showing it. If it's 20 kilometers away, are you really going to go and watch it in a 20 kilometers away cinema? Not really, no, are you now? So this is the reason why I feel like having it as a movie is it's a difficult thing to do, and it's a very, it may not be amazing for the consumers, to be honest. This is just my personal thought process, and as much as I'd love to see it in in a movie quality picture, volume 18 especially, it would be amazing. I don't know if it's going to be absolutely worth it, considering the delays we will encounter and how much time it'll be from the cliffhanger to, of course, when we will actually watch it. And by then, people will forget. That's the thing. You have to realize that, especially the casual audience, right? They're not going to wait 1.5 year, 2 years for a cliffhanger necessarily, whereas other people may. Some people won't, and a lot of the casuals definitely won't. So that's something to keep in mind as well, in all honesty. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention as well, and the other idea I had actually as well, and this is a idea that I didn't even think about necessarily, is that this will be season 5. This is season 5. Volume 16 and 17 is season 5. But season 6 is volume 18. And I don't know how I'd feel about that, because if season 6 is volume 18, it's surely not going to be more than 10 or 11 episodes, because it's not. Volume 18 is a good chunky light novel. It's the longest light novel I think we've had in Danmachi, if I'm not mistaken, by page count. But I don't know if it's 10 or 11 episodes worth, to be honest. Even I would say it's like 8 or 9 episodes. There is a lot of stuff there, but I can't, without going into spoilers, it's not like, oh my god, scene heavy is the best way to put it. I think that's the best way to put it, I guess. It's not like long scenes heavy in that sense. I don't know how to describe it without going into spoilers, so I'm not gonna go into it. But what I mean is just that I don't know if there's enough like content in it for it to last about, what would that be, 20 times 10, let's say 10 episodes, right? 20 times 10, 20 minutes, that is 20 times 10, 200 minutes. 200 minutes is about 3.5 hours. Maybe actually, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think it's about 8 to 9 episodes would be the perfect amount. I feel like 10 plus would be a little bit strung out, but we'll have to wait and see. But there is a good potential that it could be season 6 and it releases next year. So it's not really a split core, but it's a season split effectively. So season 5 remains volume 16 and 17, leaves it on a cliffhanger, and then we get volume 18 as season 6. It's a good way to also let the light novels breathe a little bit. We know Omori is currently working on volume 20. Of course, if you want to check out that video, I've already made a video talking about that as well. But since Omori is working on the light novels again right now, it's a good way for the anime to also let the light novels breathe a little bit, so that when the time comes, when they want to do season 7 or season 8, they have the opportunity to do so. So I think that's a good idea as well. But y'all can let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think? I think that would be the most feasible way to go about it as well, and that will allow the light novels to breathe a little bit as well. I don't think people should look into the 15 episodes too much just yet. I think we have to wait and see what they do in the actual anime before judging it. And obviously, I think sooner rather than later, we will be also getting reactions from episode 1 and 2's premiere in Japan, in Shinjuku. Of course, we already got the first episode reactions at Anime NYC. People are extremely excited. People are looking forward to it. In fact, Sugoi Light even says the adaptation is going to be still fine with no major parts skipped, trust me. So let's wait and see. Of course, I've heard that there are also other people suggesting that Danmachi's production has some issues as well. It's very mixed right now, you know, everything is super mixed. I don't trust the Danmachi production has issues, because why would they do episode 1 and 2 so early on? Like, episode 1 and 2 being a month ahead of time is really good. That shows really good production work, honestly. So we'll have to wait and see. And to be honest, if the production issues are with the last couple of episodes that were supposed to be volume 18, and that's why they're holding off on it, I think that's a big smart play from JC staff. If they're struggling with the production of volume 18's half, or you know, volume 18's part that was supposed to be the remaining like 8 episodes, let's say 8 or 9 episodes, because 15 plus 9 would have been 24 episodes. That would have been a proper split core, right? Or that could have been a 2-core season, clearly, right? I think that's a smart decision from JC staff to hold off on releasing the last 9 episodes, leave episode 15 as a cliffhanger, and then maybe do the last 9 episodes when they're ready, like couple of months down the line, or whatever it is, whatever the plan is for them to do. I think that's a smart decision as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Of course, leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.